Oh, wait, go live. There we go. Hey guys, it's Amy at Stampin with a Heart. Sorry, I'm not looking at you. I'm trying to tell my technical guy. Now let's see. Make sure I can see this, because I'm trying to be able to see your comments as well while I'm on. Let's see if it will refresh. Trying to find the live so I can see your comments. And there we go. I found it. Now let's just turn the volume off. There we go. Alright, so now back to what I was saying when I thought I had you live. I am going to be doing my lives now on Wednesday instead of Thursday. I'm going to be getting my grandson on Thursdays, so that means I will be picking him up. I won't be able to do the live unless I do them extremely early in the morning. And, well, I know most of you probably watch them later, but it's just not good for me. I don't want to be up that early, and I don't want to be drinking coffee, and, you know, I'm not awake. So, we're going to do them at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, those of you in Louisiana that watch me will still be able to see me. You may have to watch the rebroadcast, but that's okay. I will have my coffee, and that's okay. So, if you are here, please leave me a comment. Let's see. Also, I want to remind you that if you are doing if you have any of the coupons from July, you have until the end of this month, which is the 31st, which is, it is next Monday. So you need to place an order to use those by next Monday, or those will no longer be available to you. So I'm going to try to do this today. The kids are home doing school on Zoom, which is kind of weird, but anyway, I need to do it so I can go help Alex at 11 for his Zoom class. So I'm going to flip you over, and we're going to get started on a fun card that I'm using 3 different stamp sets on, and I'm sure you all will love it. So let's see, and I'm hoping you can hear me and that the audio is good. If it's not, please let me know. I need these things, even if you're watching the rebroadcast, let me know if it's off kilter or if it's good, because I'm working on some technical things. Alright, so we're back at our screen, and this is what we're going to do. I've created this particular card. I have used mint macaron as my cardstock on the background, mint macaron for my pumpkins, and I've used Forever Fern and some copper paper from our metallics bundle that we have. And then I've got some ribbons here that, let me look at my page, because I'm not even sure what those ribbons are called. But they are very pretty ribbons, and I loved them. And that was the main reason I wanted to do this card, was because I wanted to see those ribbons used. So those ribbons are on page 45. They're called Basket Weave and Metallic Ribbon Combo for $8, which is a sweet deal because it's like $4 a roll of ribbon, which is great. If you're here, leave me a comment. Let me know you're here so that I can say hi. And I'm so happy that you've come to join me. Now, in this set we're using, this is from the Forever Fern Suite. It is an embossing folder. There's 2 of them in the set. There's this one, and there's another one that's got some leaves on both sides of it that come out. But I'm going to use this, which I've already embossed my piece. So we have that one. I'm using the Gather Together Pumpkins from that set. And it also has this, but the ferns have that too. I'm also using a banner year. I'm using the Happy Fall, y'all, because, you know, my South Louisiana folks, y'all is my thing. And let's see, that's the only thing I'm using from here. I'm also using the punch that goes with this, the triple banner punch right here. And then we're using the Forever Fern. A lot of this set, we're going to use this little stamp down here. We're going to use this leaf, this leaf, this leaf, and this leaf. Of course, we're using a lot of leaves, so it's going to look really fabulous. And I'm going to show you how I created these stems in here to have multicolors. They've got the multicolor. This is Cajun Craze, and Bumblebee is on this leaf. And then I've got some mossy meadow in the back, and I've got some Cajun Craze, and then I've got some early espresso and crumb cake on these here. But I'm going to show you how to do this, but just on one leaf, so you'll get the idea. And then we'll make this banner to put on top. So I'm going to set this aside, and I am going to change the colors up a bit because I cut all of my stuff, and I just wanted you to be able to see one color. So this is all of my goodies, and I think I have enough cut for everything to put together. So what I'm going to do is just show you how to do those leaves first. Now what I did is I took my Stamparatus, and I took my regular pen, my Stampin' Right marker, and I need a piece of paper. I need a piece of regular Whisper White paper, and I don't have it over here. Shame on me. And that's okay though, because I have plenty of it cut up and ready to go. So I'm just going to, let's see, I need to move this over because we're not seeing the holes. There we go. There, that's a little better. Not perfect, but I can move up. Okay, so you're going to take this sheet, and I like to just put it at the end, just wherever. It doesn't really matter where you put it. And I'm going to keep my magnets down, which you can see mine have broken because I've let them touch too much. And I'm going to put this where I want to stamp. And because I'm going to do a lot of these and cut them out, I would just put them on the edge for this particular card. But I don't have to worry about that with this one because I have them out already and they're already cut. So I'm taking my Cajun Craze marker, and I'm just literally going to come in here and color the stems of this leaf. And I'm going to color some of the inlines. You'll see little bumps in this just to give it some color throughout the whole thing and make sure I get all my stems covered. And it's okay if you get some everywhere else. It's not a big deal. It just adds more character to your leaf. So I just like to put a little bit of color in there. And then here's the weird thing with these, and I know most of you who've done this before know you have to huff. I know my head was in the way and it's weird, but it is what it is. And then you literally just press down and you have this weird looking little leaf. And I'm going to go get my cleaner. I get my chamois in between because I don't want the Cajun Craze inside my Bumblebee ink. So I'm just going to wet my chamois, and it's a little dry right now, but that's okay. So I'm going to wet my chamois and wipe it off. So there we go. And then just suck up the rest of that juice. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Bumblebee ink. See, Bumblebee. It's really close to that crushed curry that you get, and I love crushed curry, but I was really trying to use some of these new colors because I don't put them in much, and I'm really trying to use them. So you just do that, and you come right back over, and voila. And you could go back over that again and again if you'd like. You could put more of your Cajun Craze in there if you'd like. That's entirely up to you, but it gives that leaf a little pizzazz. I like it. I think it's great. It almost looks like sponged. I followed one lady who did something similar to this, and she sponged her card, and I just couldn't get sponging done very well. Matter of fact, this is the one I sponged, and it's pretty, but I don't like the vellum on here. I just don't think it came out very well, so I decided to go without the vellum on the card, and this was the one I did for that. And then this Forever Fern set is awesome. Hey Martinette, how are you? Nice to see you. And yes, I love the Gather Together. I also did this with my Forever Fern set, and then I have one like this, and then I know I showed this one on my blog the other day. This was one I was working on with the Forever Fern as well. I love the Forever Fern. I didn't think I'd like it so much, but I'm in love. So, okay, we've got this all set up. I'm going to move this out of my way because I'm not going to cut this out. I have them already cut out for you. Thought I'd make it a little easier for us today so we could just get to it and I could get to those grandbabies. Alright, so this is all of my kit. This is my little piece for the bottom. And then I've got some real, or cherry cobbler in mind today because I want to put the background as cherry cobbler. And then we've got our gold, or our, well, this is kind of like a copper color from our metallics paper, which is really pretty. It comes with gold, metallic, a copper, and a brass color. And then I've got my little, these. I have several of these left over, but these are crumb cake and early espresso. Early espresso is the marker, and then crumb cake ink. And then those are the same way we just did, the crumb cake, or the bumblebee, and the Cajun craze, which I love Cajun craze. And then I've got our ribbon all cut up, so we'll be able to put our ribbon together. First thing I'm going to do, and I also did my pumpkins. I did these in pumpkin pie, just, you know, because it's a pumpkin. So I just wanted to do a different variation. Put these over here too. So I'm going to take my Whisper White, and I think that's all of my goodies out of my bag here. Oh, nope, we're missing one. Ah. Okay, I'm going to take my Whisper White, make sure this is the right size. It's going to be 4 by 5 1/4, and we're literally going to just take 2 of our cutouts, and we're going to lay these down where we want them to go. And I kind of like them down there, and I'm going to imagine that we're going to have this together, and we're going to lay this here. So I'm going to want to have this down here. So I need to go up a little further with the bottoms of those. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to leave them like that, and I'm going to glue them down because these, it doesn't matter if I have a little of that little stamping splatter on there or not. It won't hurt it because you won't really even see it. So I'm just putting just a little. I like the Tombow. This is the clear Tombow. I know people say I should be using the Stampin seal, but I haven't gotten there yet, and I haven't bought them yet. But I may get there, I may not. I'm not big on them. I need a little too much more time to position my stuff. I'm not that great at laying it out and making it work. When I lay it out, it's always off. So I have to reposition everything all the time. And I'm going to put a little dot or two up here at the top because this one's big, and on this leaf right here it just seems a little weak. So I don't want it to fall off for me. Now I may even trim that. I don't know yet. So there we go. That's our base, and I'm going to take crumb cake and the little stamp that has all of the little dots on it, like a splatter stamp, and I'm going to take crumb cake and stamp around those edges. Now a lot of people do that first. Some people only do a halo of it. I'm going to do it this way because it doesn't really matter if you see some of it on this red. You won't really even notice it, and it's not glued down so much that I can't move it a little bit if I really needed to. See? There we go. And I think it kind of looks cool if you have a little bit of distinct distressing there in the background a little bit. And even on these leaves, I think it will look cool. Alright, that should be all we should need of those. And we'll get that out of our way. Let's see here. Alright, next we're going to figure out how we want to put these guys on here. I think the last time I did them this way, so let's try this way. And this way. And this way. And we might want to bring them down a little bit. I'm going to put the copper in here first. Let's put the copper. I like the copper, like, right. Now, I don't glue my copper down just yet because I want to position it where I want it, and I'm not sure where I'm going to want it just yet, so I'm just kind of playing with it. And you notice that my glue has not totally set itself, which is great. It allows me to maneuver everything where I want it to be. And then you put these, and this one in the middle. That makes it nice. Alright, let's go for that. And I'm going to take them one at a time and just glue them down there, leaving my copper unglued so that I can come back in a second and glue them down. You got to see where I'm gluing. I don't glue the whole thing because I like this particular set to be able to feel like it's full and fluid and moving. Now I'm going to take this out and put a little glue on this one too. And I'm only doing at the bottom so that it stays down at the bottom. I'm not doing the top. I want it to move. I want people to be able to fluff it up when they get it so that it looks really neat. And we're going to slide this back in here like that. There we go. And then we've got this one, but I'm going to go ahead and put this in first. And this one I think you could cut in the middle and use it twice. It would be great. Just if you needed more, and I don't really think this needs more copper. And then I'm going to slide this back down in here. So how are you loving the Zooming for school for kids, Marionette? I mean, that's kind of crazy, huh? I know my grandkids are not liking it at all. They're like, I want to play on the computer, but I don't want to do schoolwork. That's not fun. I'm like, well, it's all right. Okay, there you go. Now that's down. And I'm going to put dimensionals on these so that it gives it some lift. Just got to find them. You know, I got them down here in my drawer somewhere. And I'm going to use the brown ones that I've done. So I'm keeping most of my colors the same as my first one, except the background colors. Okay, and then we're going to put these on here. And it's literally just layering up all of your stuff. And I'm not sure where I want to put these yet, but let's see. What you think? There we go. Just like that. So they're all layered. And then I'm going to put this piece down. This is embossed. I'm going to go ahead and layer this down because our ribbon and sentiment will cover part of it. So you need to put it on first so you can actually not do like I had to do the other day and fight it to put it on, trying to get it underneath the dimensionals of my ribbon. Okay, I'm going to leave this base just like this for a few minutes, and I'm going to set it aside, and we're going to put together our happy fall, y'all, because, you know, happy fall, y'all. And we're going to use our triple banner punch, and it wouldn't matter to me which one you use. I'm going to use this one, this side right here, flip it over, and I'm going to cut it down probably 3 different times. Make sure it stays in the center on each side. I'm getting messages. People are pinning my stuff like crazy. Those gnomes are like the bomb. Okay, I've got it done just a few times, and let's see how long that looks. That's a little too long. I want to be able to see that ribbon. So this one's going to go here. So I'm going to punch my big piece down and get it where I want it, and then I can trim my other piece a little bit more if it will go in. There we go, I got it in. Okay, and it's at 1 inch wide by 4, but I'm going to trim it down quite a bit. I'm going to go at least 3. Let's go 4 on each side. Okay. Now we're definitely going to have to trim my happy fall, y'all. I'm going to kind of mark where I want it to go. I want to keep that in the center. And we'll find me a pencil here. And I'm going to mark it. Just so I know where I want it to stop. And I'm going to go back in to this side. That's not giving me what I want. This one does. the one thing about this is I put it in one side and I can't figure out where I'm going. And I've got that side punched, and I'm just punching up to my markers, if you can see that. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And then there's my mark, so I'm just going to go a hair more. There we go. Now, it's still too big. Let's go one more time. One more time on each side should be the charm. There we go. Perfect. Now this one will get put up with dimensionals as well. I'm going to use the little ones for this because it's so small. Making sure you guys can see me because my camera got shifted. I usually leave it sit. And well, you know how things are. Now with this piece, I'm going to actually cut. I don't have my X-Acto knife, but I'm going to cut right here in the middle. See, I've drawn lines. You can see those. So I'm going to take some sharp scissors and I'm going to cut through that. Now, I would suggest using an X-Acto knife on a healing cutting pad, but my Sharpie or my X-Acto broke. So we're going to go with good old-fashioned scissors and hope I don't cut myself. You know how that goes. And we're just going to cut a line big enough for our ribbon to fit through. So I'm going to measure. That's good. I'm going to go just a hair more this way. And the same on the other side. You know, trying not to cut too much, but you trying not to poke yourself. Yeah, that's always fun. Okay, got that done. It's not the most professional, but it will work. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my copper ribbon through from the set. Run it first through here on both sides, because your sentiment, this is going to go here. So you won't see it. You're just going to see the tail ends of the ribbon. And then we're going to run this piece through the same way, right behind it. That way it makes it look kind of like a buckle. I think it's such a cool little sentiment, way to dress up that sentiment. Alright, so now I just want to make sure that my ribbon is in the middle on both sides. There we go. This will slide. Perfect. Now I can place my sentiment. You know, everybody says having fingernails is so great. Well, they don't always get the dimensionals. Alright, and I'm going to put this right down here in the middle. There we go. Now, this is going to go right here. I'm not going to adhere it down just yet because I want to figure out where I'm going to put my pumpkins. I usually put them right here on the edge. Alright, and I will probably double layer this one. That means put more dimensionals behind it so that it stands up a little more. And then figure out where we're going to put our little copper leaves. I've got 4 of them. And on the other one, I just kind of did it right behind the pumpkins. Down here. And up here. So it looked just a little fun. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to double do the pumpkins, and then I'm going to put some more dimensionals on this. Now with this one, I'm going to take one dimensional and cut it in half to hold it on the edges really well. So I'm going to put one here and one over here. So that's going to hold that real well, but I'm also going to put dimensionals in the middle. just like that. It seems like it's not going to be enough, but I promise you, it will be enough. You just have to make sure you, when you put it down, that you're holding your ribbon tight. I have a dimensional in the way. There we go. So then you can just sit this right down just like that, and then this piece will just wrap around for you. I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of the pumpkins on, and of course we're going to use dimensionals on the pumpkins. Yeah, I think one dimensional ought to be enough for the pumpkins. There we go. And I'm just going to place this one here. And him right here, even. And then literally we're just going to go ahead and put some glue on our little guys here, little copper pieces. And we're going to stick them in here for us. We're going to put one back here. Just got to find them all. Stick one right in here. So he's sticking right on the tag itself. Got a couple extra pieces, and I haven't decided whether we're going to put pumpkin pie on the background on this one, or if we're going to use the cherry cobbler. And I may even change my mind and go ahead and put the mint macaron back on the back of this. I don't know. We'll figure that out. Alright, where is my other piece? I know I have what. Here he is. He was hiding. Alright. And the last one. Give it a little more flair. There you go. Alright, so now we're just going to put the back on. Now this is where I actually use tape runner to hold the ribbons down. See, am I getting comments? Marion, it's hard for the kids. But hard for the kids, hard for the teacher. And yes, I agree, it is so, so hard. Alright, and we're going to fold this over. Now I'll do this twice because I want to hold that copper piece in there. And I don't have the Stampin' seal. This would probably be perfect timing for me to use it. It's on this portion. But I don't have it. So we're going to go with what we've got. And literally just pull it tight and make sure you've got it on there. There you go. Now I would just literally glue this on top of whatever I'm going to use, which is going to either be 5.5 by 1/4 pumpkin pie or the cherry cobbler. I don't know. They're both beautiful. Marinette, if you're still here, tell me. You give me pumpkin pie or cherry cobbler. Pumpkin pie, cherry cobbler. Which one you think? Do you want to bring out those pumpkins? I think I like the pumpkins better. What you think? I think I'm going to go with this one. Definitely cherry cobbler. Okay. She's a dark girl at heart. I like that color. That is one of my favorites, the darkest red. There we go. We're going to go with this one per Marionette's request. Now the sentiment is stamped in the blackberry bliss is the one I used. I love this cherry cobbler. It's one of my favorites to use for Christmas. But all the stuff they've come out with lately is real red. Of course, I like real red too. But cherry cobbler is a nice color. Alright, we're going to put this on cherry cobbler. There we go. Now all you would do with this is a card front, and I do all of my cards as card fronts. And then I put them on a piece of thick whisper white, and I score it at 4 1/4. Let's see, it'll be, yeah, I score it 4 1/4, and it's 5.5 by 8.5. And then you score it 4 1/4. So that would be your card. So there you go. This is how we do this one. And if you want to see the other one, there's my other one that I've done. Now the inside, I would probably stamp a leaf or a pumpkin and put some of the little splatter coloring behind it. But that's my card for you today. I hope you love it. Thank you so much, Marionette. And I will have that one posted to my blog probably this weekend. And here's the other one that I did. And here's my other fern cards, because this lovely Forever Fern set is starting to be my favorite. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye, y'all. Have fun with the kids, Marionette. Bye.